Had to get everyone that had everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll still come there and change the gear. Yeah, there.
And we'll see.
Alright, we're gonna call to order the Glades County Board of County Commissioners regular meeting for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024 at 9 a.m. We'll have the prayer by Commissioner Taylor, the pledge by Commissioner Sapp. Would everybody please rise?
Lord God, thank you once again for the opportunity and the freedoms to be here, Lord. We continue to lift up our veterans and thank you for them so that we have these freedoms, Lord God. We honor them even today. Lord, I pray that you would lead and guide us. Lord, help us to serve with humility and confidence. Give us wisdom and discernment. And bless each one here and the families represented. Lord, we pray and lift up Glades County to you, that we would be a healthy county, a county that grows and flourishes. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome everybody here today. Have a real long agenda, but sometimes those are the longest meetings, so we'll see. Do we have any amendments to the agenda?
The only thing that I would ask is that the board postpone the workshop on water storage. We have some representatives that weren't able to be here today. I'd like it for the next day meeting if we can, which is December 10th.
Can I get a motion to postpone the water storage workshop?
So moved.
And reschedule it for December 10th. That's your motion?
Yes.
The second?
I did.
Alright, I motion by Commissioner Whidden, second by Commissioner Sapp to postpone the meeting and reschedule it for December the 10th for water storage workshop. Any discussion?
Yeah, excuse me, Mr. Chair, if I may. The only discussion, I have had some requests if we could have the workshop in the afternoon, because so many work that would like to attend the workshop. So I don't know if that's a discussion we can have a little later, but.
I only asked for the day meeting because we actually originally considered a resolution that Mr. Pringle had drafted. So in fairness to him, I was going to do that for a day meeting, but board decision.
Well, I mean, you're here all day on the 10th, right?
We have a planning, sometimes we have a planning and zoning board in the evening. We have one scheduled for December.
Yes.
So that would be on the Tuesday day meeting day, we have a planning and zoning board.
What time is it?
5:15.
Yes, ma'am, 5:15.
Okay. How long does workshops, well, I guess we have no idea how long they'll take, especially if 7 o'clock.
There's going to be quite a few people speaking at it.
But it's a county luncheon as well, I think.
It's a what?
Christmas. Christmas county lunch.
On the 10th.
That's right.
So keep it after the meeting on the 10th, is that consensus of the board?
Would it help to be later in the afternoon even, 3? I don't know how long you might
I mean,
take.
I don't know if 4 o'clock would be.
I don't think you could do it 4 and have a
5:15 planning and zoning.
At least give them 3 hours, I would say. You could do it 1 or.
Or even at
2
2.
o'clock.
Maybe at 2.
I'll try 2 o'clock.
We could try 2
2
o'clock.
o'clock looks like you look better. But you'll probably be on that side.
I'll be on the other side.
So at 2 o'clock on December 10th.
Thank you.
motion by Wood, second by Sapp, I don't know if I took, all in favor? Opposed? Passes 4-0. All right, public input on non-agenda items. Anyone wishing to provide public comment, please fill out a comment card on the table at the entrance to the commission chambers. Please note all comments on non-agenda items are limited to 3 minutes and or the board's discretion. And we will move right into public comments, and we have 4 of them here. Curry Drayton, would you like to come up? Just state your name and address for the record, please.
My name's Curry Drayton, I live at 1066 Wilson Street, problem I have is with an empty lot across my back door. It's at 3103 Lee Street. And it's been, whoever owned the lot, they cleaned it up and they stacked all the debris along the right of way. And it's been there since August. On the 31st, 30th, I went out and talked with Archie. He said he would look into it. One of my neighbors that lives on Lee Street works for Archie. Never, he was gonna get in touch with him, never talked to him, because I talked to the neighbor myself and asked him. And on the 5th, I called Ms. Taylor and asked her to get involved. And I'm still waiting to see if anything's gonna do it. I mean, it's not storm debris, it was there before the storm.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a vacant lot?
Yes, sir.
You know, anything been solved with code enforcement?
I'd have to look the property up. What was the address, sir?
3103 Lee Street.
Lee?
Lee, yeah, yes, ma'am.
We'll look into it, that's all I can tell you at this moment, but, we'll let you know what we find out.
Thank you, I appreciate your time.
I did, talk to Archie about that. He did tell me that it was not storm debris, and he was gonna try to get in touch with the property owner.
So it isn't on the curb, Mr. Drayton, thank you for coming in. I did speak with Ms. June and she called Archie's and.
It is on, they pushed it, they cleared the lot, they pushed it down the right of way.
So it is on.
But that is something that we can't pick up and get reimbursed for. So Archie was gonna try to contact the property owner.
Thank you.
Sounds like that's gonna have to fall under code enforcement.
Yes. I believe so.
All right, Matt German, Matt German? Oh, my husband, Jermaine, would you like to come?
Yes.
Just state your name and address for the record.
Matthew Germain, it's 1457 South Swinging Trail in Muse. I just want to speak on my position on the opposition for the proposed mine site. I had sent a letter to all of you. I didn't know if you all had a chance to read that. But I just lived there 20 years. A lot of new residential development coming to that area, and it seems there's a lot of people who are unhappy with this mine, including myself, on the last 5-acre parcel on the northwest corner of the site. And I'm not an expert on, home values, road quality, water tables, school traffic zones, anything that may be impacted, which seems to be some of the conversation on this. But I guess my biggest issue would be changing all of this for one man based on, the community and pushback and all the community not wanting that for our area. So I just wanted to go, on record saying that I'm against the mine, and just ask you to, consider that with all its community, and specifically if you don't live right where I would live, would you still support this decision?
All right, thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Jermaine, I want you to know I was on my way out to see you,
Yes, sir.
and I had something happen and I could not come, but I was coming out there.
Okay.
I read your letter, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that, and we'll get a chance to talk in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Richard Sobel.
Morning, Commissioners. Richard Sobel, 2230 Silver Lake Road. just here again to talk about from the community views that we all are very much upset and want to voice our displeasure on concern of the money and how it's going to negatively affect our community. From the point of traffic, from the point of safety, from all the points. Mr. Jermaine lives right across from it, so from his backyard, will be able to view the mine. So it has a direct impact on him. But all of us that live within half a mile to a mile of that are gonna have the noise effect, the particulates in the air, traffic on the roads, just not safe. So again, you've heard this before from me, I'm sorry to keep saying it, but I will continue. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Pearlstein, is that how we pronounce it?
Commissioners, you know, Pearlstein, 1824 59th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 1144. I heard the chair say that this is not gonna be a long meeting, so I'm not gonna be somebody to keep it up. I just wanna do something people don't like to do normally, and I came out of my way today just to say thank you. Because, since the last time I was here, things really shaped up, and I wanted to personally thank him, probably Mr. Primo and Susan, for going out of their way overworking, even Friday till late in the afternoon, to making sure we move along with those model homes. So I just wanted to report to you and say thank you, and if we keep it up on this pace with the new communication and everything, I think we will erase the 2.5 years of frustration within weeks. So thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Donald Barnes.
Hey, good morning. Donald Barnes representing Big Lake Project there, northeast corner of 76 and 721. I just wanted to thank you guys for the support you guys have shown so far, and also just reiterate, and I've been working with Ms. Fisher here, hopefully for a planning and zoning meeting in early December, and then I'm not sure what your schedule is for the county commission for December and January. But again, just wanted to let you know Ms. Fisher's being great to work with, and we're pushing to get those. We gotta go in front of you guys twice, and just trying to sort out, what you guys plan on, if you're gonna celebrate Christmas this year, or if you're gonna celebrate, hopefully you're gonna celebrate with me. But again, thank you for your support, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Wanna?
Good morning, Gary Blake, 201 Avenue K, Morelia, Florida. I'm remiss, I hadn't been here a couple of days, I've been out, but I did notice that we did have the ground up asphalt, and I just wanted to appreciate and let you know appreciation for having it done. It was a long haul, but we got it, and now I think we'll be out the mud pit for a little bit. So again, thank you very much for following through with that.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right, we'll move on. Presentations and awards. We have an award from Commissioner Whitten to hand out today. He is leaving us after this meeting. He did not run, so we have a little plaque here. And let's walk down here to the thing so we can get, so we got a camera. This says, presented to Tony Whitten in appreciation for your dedicated service as Blaze County Commissioner. Thank you for your dedication and leadership. November 12th, 2024. And you will be missed, and we appreciate everything you've done.
Guys, it's been a real pleasure being here. Pleasure, with some frustration, you'll have that. Look forward to seeing this board as 5 again. We've got that. Good luck to the new commissioner stepping on. It's a real education, and you found out a lot being in these seats. Everything don't work how you think it does. So I've always encouraged anyone with the idea of running to fill these seats to do it. It's a real experience, and kind of put back into your community. You'll really get an eye-opening education up here. But it's been a privilege.
Thank you again. All right, we'll move on to public hearings. Number 2, an ordinance amending the Glades County Code of Ordinances, amending section 125-1 definitions and 125-173-PS Public Service District.
Good morning, Commissioners. Susan Buchons for the record. Today before you is an ordinance to amend the Public Service District. And the reason that we're wanting to amend that section is to provide well field protection for our potable water. The city of War Haven had adopted the same ordinance that's in front of you to protect the potable well field. So for example, on 27, as you're heading up north up into Highlands County, right, I think a parcel or 2 away from the KOA is the water plant, and so it would have a protection for that. And basically what the protection is somebody should develop some property adjacent to or around, behind, or anything like that. We would have some setback requirements, and that setback requirement would make sure that that potable well field was protected should there be any contamination or something that may happen to it, because we want to protect our water for our citizens. And so the section here, in the public sector district, we have added restriction criteria for potable water wells. That's on page 3 or 4 of your ordinance, and that's where the setbacks are located. We did provide some definitions so that you would have that as part of the ordinance. We have the cone of influence, groundwater, surface water, and we also have a definition for well field. This went in front of the Planning and Zoning Board, and the Planning and Zoning Board had recommended approval of this. This was scheduled for last month, but Hurricane Milton occurred, so that meeting was canceled. So we re-advertised for tonight, and then, let's see, do we have another one? No, just tonight. I'm available for any questions if you have any.
That's surprising we didn't have an ordinance like this already in effect.
Right. There is, your comprehensive plan does address potable well fields in some areas as a conservation element as far as to protect that type of land use, the well.
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve the adoption of an ordinance of the Board of County Commissioners of Glades County, Florida, amending the Glades County Code of Ordinances, Part 2, Land Development, Chapter 125, Land Development Regulations, by amending Article 1 in General Section 125-1 definitions, and by amending Article 4 Zoning District Regulations, Section 125-173-PS Public Service District, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for authority, providing for codification, providing for stringent reserves, providing for conflict, providing for liberal construction, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Now, this will be coming back for an adoption hearing. I was looking at the ad right here. And so I'll bring it back for one more hearing, and it would just basically be reading what you had just read for the final adoption.
We're still gonna do a roll call vote.
Yeah, after you call for public input.
Any public comment? Seeing none.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, just one more interruption, I apologize. We would like to make the staff report and the written information a part of the record of today's proceedings.
All right, a motion by Commissioner Whitten, second by Commissioner Taylor. Is there any discussion? Do a roll call vote. Myself is yes. Commissioner Sapp?
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Commissioner Whitten?
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Thank you very much.
All right, we move on to our consent agenda, which consists of number 3, county warrants, number 4, federal equitable sharing fund, DOJ request, number 5, approve the minutes of the August 13th, 2024 regular meeting. That's it.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Whitten, second by Commissioner Sapp. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. All right, public input on business agenda items. Anyone wishing to provide public comment on an agenda item, please fill out a comment card on the table at the entrance to the commission chambers. Please note all comments on agenda items are limited to 3 minutes and/or the board's discretion. Moving on to our business agenda, number 6, request approval of budget amendment 24-25-02 and accompanying resolution 2024-26 adjusting the Board of County Commissioner and constitutional officer budget for the annual change in salary set by the state.
Good morning,
Good
Tasha
morning.
Morgan, Finance Director. Before you this morning is we generally do it annually, it's a budget amendment to adjust the budget that was recently adopted for fiscal year 24-25 for the revisions that the state made to the constitutional officer's salary. That information doesn't typically come out until after the board has approved the budget. So this year there was an increase in the constitutional officer's salary, so they've each requested an adjustment to their budget to cover that increase.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve budget amendment 24-25-02 and accompanying resolution 22-24-26, amending the Board of County Commissioners budget, increasing constitutional officers' budgets.
Second.
All right, a motion by Commissioner Sapp, second by Commissioner Taylor. I'll just read the title. It says a resolution of the Board of County Commissioners and of Florida, Glades County, Florida, authorizing amendment to the 2024-2025 Glades County General Fund budget. Do we have any discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Commissioner Sapp?
Yes.
Myself is yes. Commissioner Whitten?
Yes.
Passes 4-0. All right, number 7, approved grant number 24-10-10 E911 funds.
Good morning, this is your Reservation Director / E911 Coordinator. The Florida Department of Management Services has granted the county a grant for $59,619.30 for our continuing maintenance agreements for all 911 and addressing services. So we're just asking that the board accept the grant and authorize the chairman to sign it.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the funds provided in grant number 24-10-10 in the amount of $59,619.30 and authorize the chairman to sign the grant agreement.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Whitten. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4. Number 8, resolution for approval of county CEMP.
So, this past year, we had our revision to the comprehensive emergency management plan. The plan was updated to the 2020 standards that is set by the Florida Division of Emergency Management. The plan has been reviewed and approved by the division, and we're asking that the board, approve the resolution to approve those changes to the consent plan. And the only major changes that we really had in that plan was the rules and responsibilities for sheltering. The plan used to say that the Red Cross was in charge of the management and the overall shelter operations, but that has now moved to the county, and the county has taken that responsibility. And the plan reflects those changes and reflects our roles and responsibilities in that.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the adoption of the resolution approving the revisions into the Glades County Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan and authorize the chair to sign the resolution.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Whidden, second by Commissioner Sapp. I'll read the title, a resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Glades County for approving the revisions to the Glades County Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan. Any discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Commissioner Sapp?
Yes.
Myself is yes. Commissioner Whidden?
Yes.
Passes 4-0. Thank you. Number 9, request approval of a planning advisory services agreement between Glades County BOCC and the Central Florida Regional Planning Council.
Again, good morning, Susan Duchamps for the record. I'm looking to see if, Jennifer Coder-Halsbury, she was going to be here today regarding this item. Did you want to wait until she arrives, or would you like me to go ahead with this? She's the executive director from Central Florida Regional Planning Council, and she's the one that prepared this planning advisory services agreement.
So basically, if she was here, she was just gonna explain what they're gonna do.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we gotta have this done, right?
Yes, sir.
I think we can move right in.
Okay. So before you today is a proposed planning advisory services agreement between Central Florida Regional Planning Council and Glades County Board of County Commissioners. And what it is for is to maintain the county's future land use map and the official zoning map, and prepare any special GIS maps that may be required by this department or something that might be required by the county manager or anybody else here in the county that would need, department level wise, that would need a map. And the budget, they're proposing that it would be two payments. It would be $7,500 each for a total of $15,000. And so this would be something that would come back to you yearly.
Chair,
Yes.
is this gonna help clean up some of our zoning inconsistencies we have in the county?
No, that would be coming back before you, addressing parcels individually, that you'll have to make a change to either your zoning or your future land use, whichever it is one that you would want to change. But they could help with that project. I know, for example, the property appraiser, I'm trying to find the right word. They hire somebody else to take care of their mapping as well. So that's what I'm meaning is it's not unusual to see this.
Mr. Chair, if I may, this agreement is a straightforward, simple agreement. It authorizes either party to terminate upon 30 days notice. With that language, then it's an easy agreement for us to terminate in the future if we need to, if the board decides to go a different direction. So it's a good agreement, and the services I think would be beneficial for the county to have, because they have the ability to do some things that we don't necessarily have in an easy way anyway to accomplish. So they can help us.
Here she is right there.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if you had anything that you'd like to say. We presented the planning advisory services agreement and explained that you would be maintaining the files for the county.
Oh, great, yes. Well, good morning. For the record, I'm Jennifer Coder-Salisbury, the Executive Director of the Central Florida Regional Planning Council. And the Planning Advisory Service Agreement before you, as Mr. Duchamps mentioned, would allow the Regional Planning Council to keep your future land use maps and your zoning maps and your comprehensive plan maps up to date. I'm available for any questions. That would be through our geographical information systems.
So that any changes are throughout the year, you would be responsible for taking care of.
We would. We would be the keepers of your official maps.
And that would help our staff. And I'm glad you made it safely. Thank you, Mr. Pringle, for speaking up on this, because I did read that it hadn't been reviewed by you, but it seems that you've done that. So with that, I'll move to approve the Planning Advisory Services Agreement between Glades County Board of County Commissioners and the Central Florida Regional Planning Council an amount of $15,000 to maintain Glades County future land use map and official zoning map and prepare special GIS map requests, subject to review by the county attorney and authorize the chairman to sign.
Second.
I had a motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Stout. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. Okay, here's the time. Number 10, request to consider waiving permit fees for the renovation of Doyle Connor Building.
Yes, sir. I did meet with the contractors, who are working on the Doyle Connor building. The prices are a lot higher than anticipated, and they're trying to stretch the dollars as far as they can, and have requested that the board consider waiving the permit fees for any of the construction. I did talk with Susan, she talked with the building official. They didn't see any problem with that, but I would like the board to consider waiving those permit fees.
I would say, our building official is a contractor, right?
Is he a contractor?
So is he gonna waive his fees?
No.
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 Do we have any add-ons other than what he would charge?
No, sir. If you'd like, I could, I'm not sure if he's here, if you have any questions specific to him, but, yes, we can waive fees for the Doyle Connor building because it's a county property.
I know we're gonna pay them, but it is a county building, I don't know if I'll waive it.
That's what, I don't see charging ourselves money to our building. And the community as a whole seems to use that building, whether it's, no matter where you live in the county. So that, Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the request to waive permit fees for the renovation of the Doyle Connor building.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Whitten, second by Commissioner Stout. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. Number 11, approve the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act Local Workforce Plan, January 1, 2025, or 2025 through December 31st, 2027. This is something that's coming from, Career Source, so it's a regular
Yes, we do
yearly.
this, on a regular basis, we have this contract from Career Source.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the Career Source Southwest Florida Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act Local Workforce Plan, January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2028.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Whitten, second by Commissioner Taylor. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. All right, number 12, discuss the county manager's position. As you all know, Mr. Fisher is going to retire. Effective December 31st, 2026, is that what you said?
Good try.
Mr. Chair, I move to disapprove the retirement.
Thank you.
Second.
So basically, we can sit here, we got a lot going on in the county, we don't need to play no games here and get something moving. So, the job's already been posted, right?
Yes, sir, we did post it on ICMA, FAC, and it's on the county website.
And, I mean, we're here for discussion, but I'm gonna tell you what I think, just to give us something to start with, but. So it's out there, I think we should put it out there for 30 days. And as those applications are coming in, we can have, them sent to the board to review. So we ain't gotta wait till 30 days, because like I said, we got 2 months. And I don't wanna sit here and be in limbo for half a year waiting to get a county manager in here, but. So at the end of those 30 days, we can take applications and we can either send them off to Florida Association of Counties, or we can just look at them ourselves and decide, who we're gonna interview. We send them off to Florida Association of Counties, it's gonna take extra time. I do want to make a provision in there that we interview anybody locally qualified as an add-on to whoever we pick out of that list, that they get interviewed at the least. And then after those 30 days, we pick a crew, or pick the ones we want to interview. We interview them before Christmas, and hopefully we can have a selection made before January 1st. And depending on who we pick, it'll be, if they're working somewhere, we might wait for them to come in, but we won't be sitting here for 6 months waiting to get a county manager. That's, in a nutshell, what I think we should do, but it's up to we're gonna have 2 more commissioners coming in here next month, but, I think with all these projects that we got, these housing developments, we don't need to be going back in time and starting all over again, so.
I agree.
I totally agree.
Well, the expedience of this is important, because the county managers, I've seen the application, it's a 5-month process, not 6, but anything we can do to shake time off of that, we've got a lot going on. Don't wanna make a decision hastily, we need to look at our applicants pretty carefully, because we do have a lot going on.
Well, I think with them coming in, we can look at them, so we're not gonna, you're not gonna be giving them a whole bunch. Who knows what we're gonna get? I don't have a clue. We might get 100, we might get 2. I don't know what we're gonna get, but we've done this many times. I think we pretty much know how to do the job. So, if that's what, and then I guess I talked to Mr. Pringle a little bit this morning, and we may have to give me the authority to set a special meeting for interviews, right?
Yes. So, in looking at the schedule of how all this lays out, the deadline for responses is December the 8th. You have a board meeting December the 10th. If everyone could review the applicants and you generate a short list, I would suggest that you put this on your December 10th BOCC meeting agenda, just as a placeholder, and then that will give you the ability 48 hours after the close of the application time period to decide. You could even decide then. I didn't realize when you and I were talking this morning of how everything laid out time-wise, but you could even decide at the December 10th meeting as to when you want to hold a special meeting. The board could be authorized, chair could be authorized to schedule things at that point if you needed to, but you're in a hurry. So, you'll probably need to have a special meeting of some sort, to get some things done before Christmas and moving ahead.
And we could set that on the 10th.
You can set that on.
How much notice would we have to give for a special meeting? Is it gonna be advertised in the paper and?
Yes, sir. The statute says a reasonable time. I normally define that as 7 days if we can. That makes it really tough because the newspaper is in New Jersey, New Hampshire, New something.
You have to have it in before the Wednesday before.
Yes,
It's
way up north.
published.
So,
That's a good one.
So we could officially advertise it before the 10th meeting that we're gonna have a workshop on the 17th or something,
we
right?
could do that, yes, sir. I mean, you could make that decision today if you wanted to, or at your night meeting, either one. You could decide, but yes, if you wanna go ahead and make a decision now, you've got an agenda item before you, you can tentatively say now that you're gonna have a meeting on the 17th.
We would have time, if we waited till the night meeting, right, to have, that way.
That's gonna be awfully
Yeah,
tight.
cause their schedule's different for Thanksgiving already.
I was just trying to give the 2 new guys a chance to put some voice in here, but I think it's critical that we get this thing moving as fast as possible, but
What are you looking for? Authority to set a special meeting to?
Well, we can do it right now, I guess, if that's.
That's kind of sort of the options, or either to give the chair the authority to set it, or to just go ahead and set it, either one. But the bottom line is, you need to figure this out in terms of the timing of it now, because with the holidays, it's gonna be tough to get everything done, before December 31st.
What's it, Chair? It's your pleasure, whatever.
I don't, what's the 17th look
It's a
like?
Tuesday.
Is everybody clear on December 17th? I mean, we'd be able to do that? Are you got anything going the 17th?
That's what I was wondering if there was any, we'll have it in here.
I don't know, we're gonna have to have some rooms to, I mean, we can do the initial questions and everything in here, or, we could, I don't know, but the door car will be tore up by then. Where did we do the last
Or
one?
the EOC.
EOC.
Yeah, the EOC is the last one, training center.
Oh, could we do it DOC again?
Sure.
Yeah, we just found it on DOC.
On December 17th.
If-
What time?
Well, I gotta make sure our recorder's gonna be,
Yeah.
you'll be okay? You're good with 17th?
Yes.
Start at 9?
Does this need to be in form of a motion or just?
Yes, sir, I would, and I would also add to that motion that this is the tentative date, and that you authorize the chair to pull the trigger on noticing that date. And to also have the flexibility, if something is wrong, like the two new commissioners, if they're not available or something, then give the chair the ability to make some flexibility.
So you want me to wait to get this published until they're on board, or?
No, ma'am, I'm just suggesting you do everything that you said, December the 17th at 10 a.m., 9 a.m., what was it? 9 a.m. at the EOC, special meeting to conduct interviews. That's the first part, and to give the chair the authority to modify that if necessary based on what the two new commissioners are able to do. They need to be participants.
So moved.
Second.
Does that work?
That works. Or it works for the, sorry.
All right, I got a motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Sapp to set the date and time of the interviews and the place. And we would go ahead and advertise that.
Yes.
And any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. What else? What are we missing?
How hard is your hard date? But you have time to get with the new county commissioner or county,
Yes, yes,
to kind of walk through what we have.
I will absolutely do whatever I can. I just have to make sure that my retirement date right now is set for December 31st. And I just need to make sure that it's at the end of a month. So if you need me for additional time, then I'm okay, but I just need you to know that I need to be on the payroll until the end of a month.
Yeah.
In what year?
Well, and the thing of it is, when she does send the notice in with FRS, I mean, that
That's
becomes the hard date then. That becomes the hard date, because she cannot work by
Right.
law after that retirement date.
When do you have to turn that in?
I have not turned that in yet.
When do you have to turn it in?
Bailey and I talked with FRS last week, and I don't have a timeline because I'm in the investment program. If I was in the pension, it's a little bit different. So we just need to notify them. So I don't have a hard date that I have to turn that in, but they will be notified of it. So once we figure that out, I mean, I did turn in the December 31st, but if you need me to assist beyond that, then I just need you to know that I will need to be on the payroll until the end of that. Whatever.
We should know that, hopefully, because if you can stay until we actually get the other person in here, which I would say would, hopefully, we can get them in here by the 31st of January, but I don't want, I don't want you to linger for 9 months.
I don't either.
But that would save us a lot of, we won't have to do, you can still sign checks, you can still do everything that, we don't have to go through all that transition.
And I would be agreeable if the board is okay with the January 31st.
I would think even, if we had county manager today, a new county manager today, it would require a couple weeks with you to we got a lot going on, just hold the hand and get the feet wet instead of shoving them off the deep end.
I'm making your project list right now, and I'm up to 13 that we have, and we are moving quick on a lot of these projects.
Well, that answers a lot, so we're planning on you staying till the end of January.
Okay, I'm agreeable to that.
Very good.
Thank you.
And then, at the end of December, we'll ask you to stay till the end of February. Mr. Pringle, what else do you think that we need to do?
You've already done the notice, you've already got the deadline of December the 8th. You got the meeting coming up where you can discuss it, December the 10th. And you've scheduled a special meeting December the 17th. I'm not aware of anything else today, but as soon as the deadline passes, copies of everybody's submittals need to be circulated to all the commissioners right away so that you can start. You're not gonna have time to think about it, to slow down much. You're gonna have to hustle to review, and the new commissioners are gonna have to see this information as soon as possible.
And we said the cutoff date would be, what day did you say?
The 8th of December is the cutoff date. The other part that's gonna be a little questionable is after the interview time. Is some folks some applicants may have a hard time getting here on that short of a notice. It might also be that as you receive applications, that you let them know as soon as you receive their application that there's a special meeting scheduled for December 17th that they may be invited to, so that they can start thinking about that.
I guess something else we need to decide is, are we gonna pay somebody to come for an interview? We have in the past and we haven't in the past, so it's up to, could be pretty costly for somebody coming from Alaska.
I'm not for paying them. They want the job, they'll drive down there.
We just need to know that so that when they put their applications in and they call and say, are you gonna pay my way there, but, so is that consensus of the board? That
I agree with Commissioner Sapp.
Go from Sean and do it. What else? And we can discuss it further, if something comes up in our next meeting, and we definitely would like to get the two new commissioners' viewpoint on if we're doing the right thing or not, so. All right, that's our business agenda then. Constitutional officers, Tammy, you have anything? Sheriff?
I'd like to say congratulations to you, Tim, for winning your election. I'm very sorry to hear about our county management decision. She's been a pleasure to work with. Congratulations to the two new commissioners coming on board, and to Tony for stepping down. I hope that's what you want.
Yes.
We're gonna miss you.
Thank you.
But other than that, you missed a great Veterans Day weekend. If you weren't out and about for any of it, it was a good deal and a way to honor our vets. That's all I have.
Thank you. Looking around the road, I don't see any more constitutionals. Anybody? Pass by, county attorney.
Yes, sir, we continue to deal and work through a number of items related especially to land use cases, which today are costing the county money, but when the approvals are finally done and the projects come online, it will result in additional tax revenue for the county. So there is hope in the future. There's an expense in the short term, but we're getting there. As an example, with Lakefront Estates, we are gonna have a public hearing tonight to consider and ask the Planning and Zoning Board to approve their conceptual plan for their model home center so that that can continue moving forward. The other item that I would like to mention is, as to Commissioner Whitten, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure working with you, and most of the time. And but thank you for your service and for your understanding.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Anybody got anything for the county attorney?
Yes, the 721 dirt bike road.
Yes, sir. For the rest of the commissioners' knowledge, Commissioner Whitten contacted me about the County Road 721, especially in the area where it runs through the reservation. You know, the tribe is performing the construction of all the road improvements that are occurring south of the area that we have FDOT grant funds to construct ourselves. But they're doing the construction within the county right of way. And so remember, we had that big agreement that I negotiated with the tribe's attorney and all those things that happened, including them putting up a substantial amount of funds, which we have received, and is in the county's bank account to guarantee their performance of their construction. So we are moving ahead rapidly. They have an opening date, I think in February, of the casino. So they have been on the extreme fast track. One of the things that they have been doing is with the construction in the reservation area, they have built some additional paths on either side of the road, two-lane road. And for some reason, instead of designating those as multi-use pathways, which is what they are normally designated as, there was signage put up that designated them as ATV paths. I contacted the attorney for the tribe, Commissioner Whitten, had a conversation with him, spoke with the county manager about it as well, and the tribe is in the process of changing that signage so that it is not designated as an ATV path, but rather as a multi-use path. So that's going to help drastically. That's okay. Designating it as an ATV path is not okay in the county's right-of-way. Just doesn't need to occur that way. So everyone understands that, and that is supposed to be changed.
Just for everybody's information, I'm on 721 almost every day. And I was kind of alarmed when I'm going down and I see the road off of 721, the path, and it says in big white letters, ATV on it. And I worry about the liability that puts the county at. There's not a side-to-side four-wheeler dirt bike that you can buy that don't have a placard on it that says, that riveted to the plastic so you can't peel it off. That says off-road use only. And we as a county just saying, we're making this highway for you. And anyone who's been on the res, I'm not saying they're bad people, they're kids that are driving these four-wheelers, ATVs, dirt bikes, and some of the guys out there are pretty good on their dirt bikes. I drive that road and I've had dirt bikes on both sides of me. I'm doing 40 because I set my cruise in the res, and I've had them pass me on one wheel like I was sitting still. Now we've designated a hard top road so they can reach greater speeds. I have a real fear of the liability that's going to put the county in. I've been going out there assuming the last 3 years, I've seen 2, if not 3 dirt bike crashes. Fortunately, it was just broke collarbone, broke legs, but when we build a road, an asphalt road to drive them on, we can reach greater speeds. And even if the county's not at liability, I just don't want to be on my way to work and see an injured kid or worse. And I can almost promise you it will happen. I've already seen it without it. When we're building them hard, flat surface, asphalt to run these things on, we're gonna hit greater speeds, bigger accidents. That's my fear.
So it has been addressed, and the signage should be changing. And then I am not positively sure, there's still discussion going on the timing of the beginning and the completion of the north section of 721, of the construction of the north section of 721, which is the part that we're doing. I'm not sure because of everything that I've been discussing with the tribe's attorney and that we've been discussing internally on the timing of the beginning and the ending of completion of that. But we are also talking with Ajax to make sure that they, whenever the beginning occurs, that they will hold the pricing for us so that we are within our budget for that. Remember too that the tribe has already agreed to cover the shortage, and that's the reason that we have received the money, is to guarantee that they do pay for that. So we've got cash in hand to cover the shortage. They are supposed to pay, and then if they do not pay, then we have the money and the authority to use that money to cover the shortage if it's necessary. I'm convinced that they are going to pay, and then whatever is not used will reimburse them the balance. But the money is available for that, including some extra. I think we rolled it to 125% of the number of the construction we did, of the construction costs. So it's not only just a straight up estimated construction cost number, but there's a 25% add-on to that, and also another additional amount for an expedited construction element that is there as well. So there's some money there to use so that we are not caught having to cover some costs there. I tried as much as I could to protect us. So that's in place.
I was gonna bring this up under my comments, but while I got you, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit before this meeting, but on 7th Street in Buckhead, we've got 3 tents on a lot. These people are living in a tent. They've been there for over a year, and it's been the code enforcement, it's been the health department, it's been everywhere, and everybody keeps banging on my door asking me, what are you gonna do about it? But they're using the outside facilities for a restroom. People are driving by seeing them, and I'm just, what do we do? I'm at the point where
nuisance abatement, I think, will be the trigger that might give us a different, quicker procedure. Code enforcement is a procedure that works, but it is not as usable for emergency type situations where you need something done immediately to avoid a health hazard or safety hazard. Nuisance abatement is a method that works better for those kind of circumstances, and so I'll talk to Ms. Susan today about initiating that process. That is a process that goes in front of your Planning and Zoning, Board of Adjustments, Board of this, Board of that, Board of everything board. And so we'll get it scheduled as the nuisance abatement board is the hat that they will be wearing at that time. We've done it before. We've put on a considerable amount of evidence, and it's in essence a hearing. And then when they make the decision, there's a short time frame for correction to occur, and then the county can go in and make the correction itself. So that's the process, Mr. Chairman, that I anticipate trying to implement. I'll talk to Ms. Susan about it today.
we we need to get, because probably next meeting, we're gonna have a bunch of citizens complaining because it's not right. I mean, it's just,
Sheriff's office will help you any way we can.
appreciate that. All right, anything else for the county attorney? We'll move on to county manager.
Yes, sir. I noticed that our evening meeting in the month of December is the 23rd. The 24th and 25th are holidays. I'm just looking for direction if the board wants to cancel that meeting on the 23rd.
Christmas Eve is the 24th. Personally, I don't have a problem with coming to the meeting.
I don't either.
What's that?
Let's have the meeting.
Do you know what the city is doing? I do have not heard from the city.
I think that, it might help
Mr.
Big Lake
Tibbs
if
is
we
here.
have a meeting.
We're closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas.
So we're still gonna have a water board meeting that night, right? The 23rd?
That's when it's scheduled. Yes.
So Christmas Eve's on Tuesday, Christmas is on Wednesday, and then the Monday before is our water board meeting, so.
Yeah, we didn't cancel it at the last meeting, so.
So we're gonna be coming here anyway, so we, might be a short meeting, but it might help them with their planning and doing things through stuff.
Big Lake is scheduled for January public hearings. We already have those scheduled. Sue Bouchons has already scheduled the planning commission and the two meetings in January,
I
right?
haven't put the, excuse me, Susan Duchamps, for the record, I have prepared the ad, I didn't send it in because we had time, I was gonna wait to see what the board wanted to do.
Okay.
So we will have a meeting this Wednesday.
Okay, sure.
You can always
that day,
cancel it
right?
later. You can always cancel it later.
Yeah.
It's easier to cancel than to reschedule it.
Well, we want the new guys to earn their money too.
That's all I have.
Anything for the county manager?
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
All right, department heads, Susan? Don't tell me you're resigning.
Anyway, I wanted to inform the Board of County Commissioners that we have had quite a few employees resign. As you know, Taylor, the TDC position is vacant, I'm taking care of that one. The ship one, Cindy Richter retired. We have that filled with a woman named Narissa Cannell, and she seems to be, she's been here a week. Kimberly Allen had resigned, and we had a person start last week, and her name is Andrea Salazar. Jenny Allen retires, and her last day is this Friday. She's been with the county a long time. We have hired somebody, she's gonna come in today to do her paperwork. Her name is Barbara Blankenship. I believe she lives in Lakeport. So we'll be seeing if she can come a couple days this week to follow Jenny to see what it is she's doing. So we're gonna have almost a complete turnover here. Just wanted to inform you.
So who's the last left there that's been there? You and
Me.
That's it.
So, and they were all wonderful people that retired, they were, and resigned, they were good at their position, and the public liked them, and, they were always available to do anything that the county needed. So, I believe we have some good replacements, and I look forward to you meeting them at different times when they come before you.
When is Jenny Allen's last day?
This Friday. And if you wanna stop by between 12 and 1, please stop by. I'm gonna, prepare a little lunch for her.
On Friday.
Yes, ma'am. And tonight's her last planning and zoning board meeting, and she's been going there for a long time.
She's resigning that too. So, yeah. How many people are left on that board now?
I do have, some applications to bring to you for the replacement that Mr. Patterson stepped down to fill that position. I'll be bringing that to you, in December.
Well, we might wanna do Jenny Allen's at the same time, maybe?
She's not.
She's
Yeah,
not
oh,
on the board.
okay, I thought she was on the board, she's not, okay.
She's attended many
Okay.
board meetings. I don't know if you remember how many, Jeff, how many years?
I think I was on there for 6 years, so maybe 8. So,
Yeah, she sent us on the agenda, I just thought she was on the planning. I guess not.
She's the record keeper.
She's on the school board, but of course she.
Yeah.
And she's retired from that as well.
Well, good luck, and hopefully.
Yes, sir.
these people step right in and start marching.
Yes, sir.
Any other, Angie, you have anything?
No, sir, just, Tony, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you as well. Thank you as well, I've enjoyed it.
And I'd like to say the same,
Thank
Mr. Whitten, I really, really appreciate it.
Bailey, you got anything?
Follow on what they said, but we've hired an HR specialist, Gabby Murphy, so she'll be working with me.
Glad to have you aboard.
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right, Miss Chief.
If I could, Lawrence Factor, Chief Fire Rescue, Fire and EMS. We'll step up. I've got a couple of things for the board that I think is pertinent and I'd love to share with you all. First of all, the volunteer objective is moving forward. We've got 17 people that are interested. We're gonna build an army. We're gonna augment the paid fire personnel, and we're gonna give them the help they need. I've worked well with the county manager on this directive. It was one of the directives for me when I first started. Get your instructor, get these volunteers going, and we're doing it meetings every Wednesday, second Wednesday night of the month. Not every Wednesday, second Wednesday of the month, and they're given objectives to meet between meetings so we can move forward with the getting them certified. Second, I'd like to say, Tony, it's been wonderful working with you, man.
I've enjoyed our talks.
You've been the voice of it, yeah, absolutely. And all of you, I've been able to reach out and get advice and get what we need to do to keep the county moving forward. June Fisher, wow. Wow. Firm, fair, mentor, guidance, knowledge, direction, kindness. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better boss's boss, you know what I mean? She's not she is my boss, but she's the boss of my boss. She's always been, man, it's gonna be a lost a little person that never gets noticed and is never really mentioned very much, but I want to share something about Marissa Shivers. Marissa Shivers, during the hurricane, I've worked public safety 40 years, and I've been at many EOCs during activation. And I'm telling you, between her and Angie, they ran this place smooth. Everything worked out. We worked well with other departments, other agencies. I took my direction from them. She was the incident commander during the storm and couldn't want better. I mean, did a great job. Lakes County Sheriff's Office, thank you for your strike team when the tornadoes hit. We were short-staffed, couldn't get resources, and you guys went in there and cleared those houses pretty quick. And you worked very well with our public safety crew to continue to do that. And other than that, man, just want to let you all know about the volunteers, the objectives, and moving forward. We're going to miss you both. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Did I miss any department heads? Commissioner's items. Commissioner Sapp.
Well, I was hoping Archie would be here. I would like to see some bigger speed limit signs, better clear print at the Muse School. That would be one thing to help. Someone's talking about the flashing light. The flashing light's good, But if there's bigger signs, I've already talked to Archie about it, and he's supposed to be checking on them. And along with Archie, I want to get some, there's a lot of new little kids in Palmdale, and I wanna get some kids playing signs put up there, several. And there's some speed limit signs needed out there. And because Walmart has a distribution center in Charlotte County and their trucks are running up and down Highway 74 so much, I would like for you to reach out to them and see if they would be willing to assist us some way in the cost of repairing that road. I've been told that they do that a lot in Charlotte County for different organizations. And as many semis that's up and down that road, I think it's only fair, you know, we could actually ask them. And I know, I mentioned that, I haven't mentioned it this year, but I know I mentioned it last year and about, us giving money for Toys for Tots. And I would like to do that again. I'm requesting to give them $1,000. And also, the Veterans Dinner the other night, the Safety Patrol was working and they're trying to go to Washington, and I would like to give them $1,000. And I'd for y'all to consider that. And I think that's all I have for now.
Okay, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Tommy, it's been an honor to serve alongside you, and I meant in my opening prayer to include you, but I will remember to do that when I say my prayers this evening. And I've learned from you. I've sat and watched you navigate through tough situations and stick to your guns, even when you were going through some really hard times. So, congratulations, I think, and I know you'll still be serving in the county, and we're gonna miss you. And, welcome to the new commissioners. I look forward to, at the end of the month, when you'll be sworn in. So, and it'll be great to have all 5 chairs filled. Miss June, I know we'll see you for a little bit longer.
Yes.
But I appreciate you being here, and Miss June has been a blessing to the county. She's helped us, get back on our feet, I guess you could say, after a long time without a county manager, and she's started us on some new projects and created a pathway to help get us there, and I appreciate that. I know that, she's had some life eye openers, and I can understand why she's leaving. We will miss her, and I wish she could stay till December 31st, 2026, or now January 1st. But thank you for everything. I've learned a lot from you as well.
Thank you.
And I have your phone number, so, you know, just a heads up. Let's see, thank you, Mr. Dragon, for coming. So we now know that it's gonna be in code enforcement's hands. I did want to mention, I know there's some properties out there in Washington Park that for a long time it has been an eyesore. And I've mentioned before, you don't wanna foreclose on anyone, but I know Mr. Drayton, I believe, mentioned, you know, can the county haul it off and then you charge the property owner? But I know a lot of times bills just pile up because they don't get paid, and it is thousands of dollars. And I know that the steps to foreclosure on some of the properties that have been neglected out there, it might be a lot, but have we started anything on trying to make any headway at all on some of the properties that are out there?
Yes, ma'am, Susan Bouchons. Yes, there's some code cases opened on some of those. The code cases take a while. What I'm going to do, and Mr. Pringle and I talk about 7th Street and nuisance abatement, and identify maybe some of these properties should go through the nuisance abatement process versus the code enforcement. And I think that would be quicker, they are a health hazard, safety hazard. Empty buildings deteriorating, so I'll meet with him on that.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you. Just, I was looking at Henry County's, they're having a meeting tonight, I believe it is, but, looking at their agenda, and they've got a line on their code enforcement, and it says foreclosure update. So they have been doing that for quite some time now. They're foreclosing on these liens after they get so much. I don't know where they go, but also they're voting on tonight their impact fee study. They got it back. So, it's kind of interesting. I mean, ours will probably be similar, but it's something if you want to look at, you go on their thing and look at their impact fees. Anyway, I didn't do that.
Oh, no, that's okay. Like I said, you hate to foreclose, but if the property's sitting out there, it's basically abandoned anyway. And so whatever steps we have to take, on whatever didn't work for the nuisance abatement.
We don't have
Just don't-
foreclosure in, as far as an option, do we?
Eventually.
Eventually.
Okay.
And while I am here, I'd like to put on the record that I have appreciated working with Commissioner Whitten.
Thank you.
He's been very helpful and given us a lot of good advice and has been involved in a lot of update ordinance changes and had a lot of good suggestions, and I've really appreciated your assistance.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, almost done. And thank you, Ms. Susan and the staff for getting on the development project with Lakefront Estates and with Big Lake. So that's exciting, and let's keep the ball rolling on those. But thank you so much for that. And I was able to attend the Veterans Day dinner and the program at the cemetery yesterday. If you've never been, I suggest you go, especially the dinners. It's a very nice event that's put on by the REC, right, Sheriff? And the veterans, they get a chance to stand in front of the crowd and introduce themselves and the branch that they served in, and some of them will have little stories to tell. It's always interesting. So next year, keep an eye out for that, the Veterans Day dinner. And then, of course, the program at the cemetery. I was blessed to be a part of it. And also, I'd like to second Commissioner Sapp on the Safety Patrol. Safety Patrol made an appearance at both of those events that I just discussed on the veterans. And so they need sponsors. And I don't know what the county can do, if they can do 1,000, but I would like for us to do something possible to support the Safety Patrol. And I think the last thing is the cemetery. I had someone show me some pictures that walked around the cemetery yesterday after the program, and it's looking a little rough. So I don't know, we need to talk to Archie about that.
I will, I did talk to him a week or so ago about it, but I will.
And part of it could be from the storm that we just had, and it hadn't been cleaned up, but I mean, there's a part that's mowed, and there's just open circle that's just left not mowed, so. Maybe we can spruce that up a little bit and have our cemetery looking presentable. That's it. Oh, please, staff, if you be sure, I know we rescheduled the workshop on the water storage project. If we can be sure to get the word out to South Florida Water Management and Lights about those workshops, December 10th at 2, correct?
Yes.
Thanks. That's it.
Guys, it's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed it. Just want to welcome aboard our 2 new commissioners, Jeff. I hate it that you guys are coming into the seats the same way I did, not the county manager. It's not the biggest decision you'll make, but it's right up there because the biggest decision is the one you're fixing to vote on, it always seems like. But getting a county manager is a big decision. It'll affect you throughout your term and beyond. Speaking of that, when you guys are picking, you got big shoes to fill. June, I've appreciated working with you. I think you've done a lot to help our county, and it's just been a pleasure. I don't think we could have picked better. We'd have picked you the first time, but there's just a lot going on, and I know you've been busy, and you've really helped push this county forward, and I appreciate your service. hope you enjoy retirement, hope you guys are able to go and see, but you deserve it, but I wish you hadn't taken it. It's just, you know, there's a lot going on, guys. Unfortunately, you guys aren't going to be able to dip your toe in. You're going to have to hit the seats right, and I'm sure both you guys will be more than capable. But congratulations on the seats. It'll be refreshing to look up here and see 5 commissioners. We've been without too long. But thank you.
We're supposed to talk for at least 2 hours. I appreciate everything you've done to Commissioner Whitten. You've been a great person on this board and a good voice, and I've enjoyed working with you through the years, but, we're gonna miss you, but now we can call you.
Now I can talk
Now
to
you
you.
can tell us what you really want. So remember that, you got a professional here that, you can talk to, but, I got a few things. We got a meeting set up for Indian Prairie Canal at that boat ramp. I've had a lot of people come to me and asking about extending it and doing some improvements there. The boat ramp itself right now is all falling in. Archie's been pouring rocks in there, but, me and June are gonna meet with the Game Commission also Thursday afternoon. I don't know what day it was. Yeah, and, they supposedly have some grant money to do some improvements there, so we had a meeting a week or so ago with the Corps, Water Management, and FWC, and FWC seemed to be the only one that wanted to, give us any money, so hopefully, I talked to a guy, there was a meeting in Okeechobee the other night on the lake, and he was from the Game Commission, and he said, ask for everything, cause they got a lot of money, so we're gonna see what we can get, but there was an airboat, Okeechobee Airboat, community, or whatever association was there. They came to me, they asked about, putting some airboat ramps in there too, so we will discuss that while we're there, but, the Corps and Water Management don't have any problems with us expanding. They just don't want anybody driving on the levee, so, we'll see how all that goes, but that is in the work. Don't forget there's a community meeting in Lakeport tonight at 6 o'clock. I think Washington Park, are you gonna have one tonight too?
Yeah, that's the plan. I think when they made the announcement, they used the 12th versus the 11th because they pushed it back because of the elections, but it should be tonight.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to make that one tonight, so don't tell them that just because I got elected doesn't mean I'm gonna show up. But I go to the Lake Forest Water Board meeting before, and also, tonight at 4:30, they're having a thing for Carson Turner from Henry County, a little get together at the Clewiston City Hall, so I gotta go down and give my respects to him too before I go down there, but, anybody that wants to go, I think they send an invitation to all, but, Lakeport, I know we've done a lot of cleanup down there. DOT, I appreciate everything that they've done, but, the canals, there's like 3 or 4 canals down there that are just loaded with stuff. We've got to figure out a plan on what we're gonna do there. There's a tree over, it's blocking a canal, people can't get their boats out, so I know there's no authority or anything down there that's gonna take care of those canals, but I'm.
Which canals? The ones out near where the tornado. Yeah.
So actually, there is a mission in the works to get those canals.
Okay.
done. We're waiting on, so the state is gonna take care of that, but they're waiting on the permit from Army Corps to be able to actually go in and clean those canals. But the ones, off of, 78 by Twin Palms in front of, that whole area, should be taken care of.
You're way ahead of me, thank you. I tell you, they do a great job.
I got you.
Just for a note for everybody, next meeting, we need to be thinking about board appointments, because we're gonna have 2 new guys, our vice chair is leaving, so we need to get a vice chair back in, so I think we can go ahead and vote on the chair and vice chair next meeting and do the appointments, and get that out of the way, and then we don't have to we'll get a vice chair in here because somebody hasn't had signing power, so. Daniels Road. Does anybody know where Daniels Road is blocked off at? Is that, I went over there yesterday, what's his name, Butch Jones jumped me at the meeting yesterday and says Daniels Road has been blocked for 6 months and they gotta go way around, and is that, there was a road going into that trailer park, that's been blocked for 6 months?
It has been for the sewer project. They were supposed to be completed by, and Larry Tibbs is no longer here, they were supposed to be completed by October 31st. So I will check.
Well, the road that they had cut up the other, I don't know, where did they put the lift station in? Is it on the north side of that?
Of the park? I believe so.
Cause they had that road cut, but he was talking like he had to go all the way around the bridge or something, but both sides of the bridge are open. Yes, Jeff?
The Daniels Road, you can come in under the bridge and go around the bridge and go into the park and go back down the road. However, you cannot take a right to go down to Daniels. So to go down Daniels Road to get to like Bush's house and everything else, they've got it stopped right there where the storage is. So what their complaint is, and my in-laws live down there as well, what their complaint is if they have to come up and go up Park Place and then up to, Yon Road, I believe it's called, there's no way to accelerate into traffic, you know, for some of these older people and everything else. They just have to shoot across. Whereas if they could come up and come up around the bridge, it would be safer. And then the other issue with that is it's cane season right now. So they're running into a lot of problems where the train will have the railroads blocked and they're landlocked in there, they can't get out.
I don't know how much longer they're gonna be digging there, but I guess that's something we need to look into.
I will find out.
But, let's see. There's something else I wanted to say. I guess that's all. 26, right? Alright, anybody else have anything before we close?
Mr. Chairman, I have one other thing I'd like to say. I'm gonna stand up for this because it means a lot to me. Back when I first got into politics, I was on the school board. I was a very young man, very naive, and we had a chairman of the board who did not put up with any crap. His name was Ernest Hilliard. He kept control of the meetings, and he was not afraid to challenge anyone. I heard him one day tell a man he'll have us kicked out. Tony, it has been a pleasure to serve with you because you have those guts. You have the tenacity to tell people. And I appreciate that very much because you have to have control of a meeting. And we're gonna miss you very much.
Thank you very much. That means a lot coming from you.
All right, anything else? Seeing as our business is done, we are adjourned at 10:28.